I like South Park. And that also means I have a lot of opinions about South Park. I mean, I like Integrity Farms, I didn't like Season 2, and I hate Pip. And the episode is just as forgettable as the character. But one of my biggest opinions on South Park, I don't think we give the Spirit of Christmas enough credit. Now, this channel isn't going to become a South Park channel, and I don't want it to be. I don't want to be known as the South Park guy.
Why'd you cut to me? Come on, man, that's not cool.
But it seems like everyone overlooks those two little shorts that arguably are most important parts of South Park's history. And without them, we would not even have South Park. However, I think it's time we have a little history lesson. The year is 1992. The Simpsons were in their third season, and grunge music was on the rise. And somewhere in Colorado, two college students, Matt Stone and Trey Parker, just got an assignment to make a student film for their class. And since everyone else in that class were gonna make films about gay cowboys eating pudding, they came together to make something different. They decided for their short they were gonna make stop-motion cardboard cutouts, similarly to the stop-motion animation that Terry Gilliam did for the UK TV show Monty Python. So, without any further ado, these are the shorts that created South Park. Now this definitely threw you for a curve, and you're probably very confused right now. Let me explain. This is actually the first cutout stop-motion animation that Trey Parker ever made. It was for a class in his college. And so, I thought it would be really fun to go over for this video. Also, this short is narrated by Junshi Nishimura, who still works with Matt and Trey as an animator for South Park. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, this short basically goes over, well, American history in a very South Parky way, I guess. It goes from the start with Christopher Columbus and his infamous 1492 ship ride, to the fight for independence, to getting that independence, and the Alamo, to Lincoln, to the end of Lincoln, to World War I and II, don't forget the Alamo, and leave it to Beaver and JFK losing his head, and the Alamo. And that's basically the whole short. I think you guys should really watch it. It's really good and funny. But don't take my word for it. This short actually won a Student Academy Award. And as another fun fact, you can see a screenshot of this short in the background of the 3rd grade classroom in a couple of the earlier episodes. Well, now I think it's time to move on to something rather icy and cold. Now this is probably what you came to see for this video. Now this was the student film that I teased at the beginning of this video. But before we get into what actually happens, we have to have a little background knowledge. So like I said, this was a student film by Matt Stone and Trey Parker. But what a lot of people don't know is that there were two other people who kinda helped and were a part of this little collective group that they had. Jason McHugh and Ian Harding, who were both in Cannibal the Musical and Orgasmo. Anyway, these four guys founded a production company called
Avenging
Conscience. Anyway, with all that history laid out, I think it's time we get into the actual short now. The short starts off with four badmouth boys who look eerily similar to another set of four badmouth boys. They are building a snowman where one of them, for convenience sake, we're just gonna call him Proto Stan. Anyway, Proto Stan tells the rest of the boys to not build a snowman because it could come to life and kill them just like it did to his sister in Minnesota. The rest of the boys brush him off and they do it anyway. And the snowman doesn't come to life and they all go home and have hot cocoa. Is what I would say if that actually happened. But it doesn't. What actually happens is that the snowman does come to life and kills one of the boys. And this happens.
Oh my god! Frosty killed Kenny!
Yep, you heard that right. The Cartman-looking character is actually named Kenny. So the rest of the boys go to the only person who can help them. Santa, who turns out to be Frosty in disguise and kills Proto Kenny? I mean, the other guy was named Kenny, so who is this? Lenny? Naming these characters aside, we are left with Proto Kyle and Stan.
Nope, I don't think that was the real Santa Claus. Oh no, shit, Sherlock.
So without any other options, they go to the final person who can help them.
Jesus, we beseech thee in this time of need.
Okay, fucking Frosty, he fucking killed my friend.
I have to admit, there is a lot of funny stuff in this short. So then Jesus kicks Frosty's ass and kills him, and then he dips. And then we are left with one final thing from Proto Kyle.
I learned something today.
Man, I miss the I Learned Today stuff in South Park. I think the last time he did that was in the banned episode of 201, but I'm not 100% sure. So then they explain that the true meaning of Christmas is actually presents. And then they just walk off and go home, and that's it. Overall, the short is still really good, and other than the visuals being a bit dated, I still think if you're a fan of South Park, then this is a must-watch. You can find it in the link in the description where I linked all of the other shorts we watched today. Speaking of the other shorts... The year is 1995, and a Fox executive, Brian Graydon, asked Matt and Trey to produce a video Christmas card that he could send out to friends and family. With their 1,000 Robux, they quickly got to work and made what we know now as the Spirit of Christmas. And with all of that out of the way, let's just get into it. Honestly, I'm surprised how much of this stuff is still the same or established in the show. I mean, first of all, it's set in South Park. They establish Kyle as the Jew and how Cartman and Kyle are always at each other's throats. While the kids are fighting, Jesus comes down, and this gave me a little chuckle.
He's come to kill you because you're Jewish, Kyle. Oh, fuck!
Jesus wants to find Santa, so they take him to the South Park Mall where, hey, there he is! And there's prototype Wendy Testaburger. Jesus and Santa begin to argue because they're accusing each other of ruining the true spirit of Christmas. And this short has an insane body count.
Oh my god! They killed Kenny!
And so, like in the last short, when things seem to be out of hand, the boys ask the only person who can help them. Brian Boitano. And he shares some insightful advice to the boys.
Kids, you shouldn't think of things like that. This is the one time a year in which we all try to get along. No matter what we believe in, this is the season just to be good to each other.
Jesus! You have to understand that Santa is keeping the spirit of your birthday alive by bringing happiness and joy. Yeah, and Santa, you need to remember that if it weren't for Jesus, this day wouldn't even exist.
So they make up and get orange smoothies. Then we get the I Learned Today speech from Kyle.
Christmas still is about one very important thing.
Yeah, ham. No, not ham, you fat fuck!
And then he explains that if you're Jewish, you get presents for 8 days. And the rest of the boys are stoked, so they walk off singing the dreidel song. This short is definitely a step up from the last one. And again, most of the stuff in this short is used in the show itself. Overall, these shorts, albeit being a little dated or crude, are quintessential to South Park's history. And without them, well, maybe not American history, we would not have South Park. Anyway, what do you guys think? Tell me down below in the comments, and if this does good enough, I'll do another one. And if this is your first video by me, then why don't you stick around? Because my next video is going to be something special. That's right, it's a video about Tong 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 Sahur.
Now you're a man! A man, man, man! Now you're a man! A mounty, mounty, man! A man, man, man! You are now a man! You're a man! Now you're a man!
Hello? I'm still here. I'm stuck. Please send help.